Hey, we started off with a shrink spell, and then we paused it, but then we got a little bit re-rolled by accident. I think what we're gonna do is just grab a Mim. We ended up with, we ended up a little bit ahead because we have two characters, and then we'll just roll, see if there's anything interesting. I'd say the answer is no here. We're playing Loki. We picked Loki over Potion Master, I think was the other option. I've been trying to play more Loki. I got away from him a little bit, but I do enjoy playing it, and I think it's generally pretty strong. Of course, the free rolls are always a little bit something, and yeah, there we go. Okay, so I think we'll probably take Cinderella. It procs in. It takes a little while to proc is the thing. But it does proc reliably. Yeah, I think it's better than any of these. I think we'll take one and roll. I think we're just gonna take a chicken too. I don't like any of these. I'd rather cash a chicken in. Like, I think buying a chicken is nice because you can cash it in for most of a 3-drop. It's sort of the way I think about it. You can cash in for 2/3 of a 3-drop. And I would, rather just buy 2/3 of a 3-drop than buy any of these. Because they're just so unimpressive. Mim is nice with the Happy Little Tree. Happy Little Tree gets a lot of health. This gives it a little bit of attack. Got to get some good trades. And then we also have the Slay, if we can get lucky with that. Ooh. So it looks like we're gonna get crushed this fight because they have a bunch of Humpties back there. And even if they didn't, it turns out we still got rocked. But yeah, they had a very, very fast start. Okay, so we're getting cats, which are very strong in this fight. Especially since we have a Mim, so I think we're gonna buy a pig to try to take advantage of, the power we're getting in this fight. And then, does Spellweaver grow fast enough, or is that non-ambitious enough? Obviously I rolled, so my thinking was it wasn't ambitious enough. And maybe it is, maybe we sell the Cinderella. Maybe we sell the cat, right? What do we sell? Because I want to buy this, which flips this thing. And then what if we sell this cat? Because we only have 2 spots in front of our Mim. Then we just buy the 5/5. Like that. And the hope is that we, can accelerate. It is, Loki, sometimes you get really lucky and accelerates your XP, but it is hard to control unless you find an adventurer, so by finding that, we're able to take a little control into our own hands. This is a nice trade for us. Yeah, oh well, we didn't even need the cats. And we win the fight and we get an XP, that's a great result. Ooh, second one. How greedy is that? It's pretty greedy, but it also, it's moving towards a triple as well. Doesn't look... So eventually this will flip, which means the author will start doing things, but it's not doing anything right now. Is Good Witch going to be better than Mim? It's definitely a little bit stronger. It doesn't make us more likely to slay, though. We could maneuver things. We could say move a pig up front. We could take a Good Witch, swap these. Yeah, I think that's... We'll just take a Lucky and go Super Econ. No, I think because we have Kidnap. What if we go like this, right? We can just put this up here. We're sort of likely to have this die, but we're hoping to get the Slay and just have the Happy Little Tree, tank a lot of hits. It would depend on, how strong they are. And the answer is they are pretty strong. Oh, and we got unlucky there. Yeah, we're gonna lose this fight. Oh, and they get to spawn. Wow, we're gonna take a ton of damage actually. Because we take what, 12? Yeah, they even got the spawn and they kept their 2 upgraded characters. So that was a big hit, obviously. Cinderella's almost procced. I don't think we need any of these. I mean, this is obviously a buff right here. Yeah, let's grab it. It's also a way to a triple. Creeper is interesting with the Happy Little Tree, but I think is ultimately not good enough. Yeah, I don't love any of these, unfortunately. Like this. And oh, we got a second happy little tree. Does that change anything? Just, I mean, it's fine in the long term. I don't love our board. We're at 4, so we are 1 XP ahead. But our front line just has no real attack numbers. What is this? This is a 1-5? I mean, we can basically... Yeah, I guess we get a little better by putting a 3-6. We do give up a gold if this dies, but... You know, give up gold to the enemy, which is not great, but it's definitely not that big of a deal. And we really just want to get our slays here. We're at 23 health, which isn't a lot. Yeah, we're near the bottom. And we were doing well. I mean, we were doing well until we got that. What took 12 last fight. So that's obviously gonna set a tone. Okay, well I'm glad we put the pig in then. I'm playing another person who's knocked out already. I guess we take a sling here. We'll take the upgrade, grab a 3 cost. Oh, so we'll take the sting. With the hope being that we can actually get... Oh, you know what? We had 2 trees. We could have taken the... I just rolled way past that. And yeah, I sort of am living with that regret. Oh wow, 2 more slays? Okay. Can we just rush to 6 then? Because how can we get this? Can we just sell 3 things? We'll just sell the frog instead, actually. And yeah, I mean, it's a little greedier to keep the second pig in, but I think it's what we're going to do. And the idea will be that hopefully we get 2 XP, gives us right to 5. We probably won't get this slay in the back. And then if we win the fight, and if we get even 1 XP and we win the fight, we get 7 extra gold, and we can, you know, really take off on 5. I don't think anyone's at 5 yet, although most people are at 4. I think we've only gotten 1 extra XP, so we're not going to be ahead of anybody, really. I mean, going in on the Grim Souls is a little bit strange, maybe. Oh, yeah, we don't get anything. We do get 7 gold, though. Yeah, I mean, that's a little frustrating when people aren't here. Are we supposed to take a Nutcracker? I'm not going to do that. I think we might just store some gold because we don't really know. Okay, so do we want to do the tree thing now? Would have been really nice a couple turns ago. I think the answer is no. But maybe that's something I'm really uncertain about. We can pay 2 gold to get a 2-drop treasure. Yeah, I think Hermes boots would be really nice. Just to make sure we get the sleigh. And I think we'll sell these to get a 3-drop. Do any of these really do anything? Honestly, I don't think so. I mean, crystal ball is obviously fine. I think we're just going to skip. Oh, okay. Can we do this? This will attack immediately and trigger 2 things. Is that smart or is that really stupid? I mean, it loses us the fight. But it gets us a ton of XP. Do we just die though? Because we get the first attack, so we automatically trigger 2 things. That's why we don't lose the fight by as much as I thought. We'll take 5 damage here, but we got a ton of XP. And now we just look for 5s. And maybe a sleigh target as well. This is a 5. So this is sort of weird because we don't actually want any of these things in. I think we're going to go like this. Oh, let's get mummy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a very strange board, but we do get the first attack, so the plan is just to trigger the mummy and trigger the wombat, get a 6 drop, and hope it's strong enough. Obviously, this is a very weak board for the moment. We do get a spell. And we're not even taking advantage of the sting, although maybe this does. Let's put this here because maybe it casts in that direction. Although, yeah, actually, no, I think it's the one closest to it. So we'll put it in front of the sting. We're only doing this because we know we get the first attack, otherwise, this would be a terrible thing about 25% of the time. And we'll hit 6 next turn, and we'll just need to stop buying 6s ASAP. Oh wow, that was super lucky. Okay, well we get 4 extra gold to try to buy those 6s. Huh. Well, we don't need to skip levels at this point. I think Wete is not too bad. If we're going to keep the same build. Should we do this? Yeah, it's hard for me not to, right? And we just want to find some 6s. I think this is probably worth it. Is any of this anything? I think the answer is no. And we have... Okay, so this is going to be the first attacker, is going to be the 20 damage. Do we want to just give them 2 gold? I guess we don't care that much about giving up 2 gold. It's obviously not great to do, but I think we'd rather give up the 2 gold, even though to the first place person, and try to win the fight by getting the mummy. Fuck. Oh, this the first last breath triggers twice, so I don't. Do we want? I think we maybe want the wretched mummy to be first. I mean, obviously we want to remove these 2 things and consolidate somehow soon. I guess maybe we want the mummy here because it's more likely to trigger. Because we don't know if one of these will die. No, I guess this makes sense. I don't really know. I don't actually know if it triggers. I think it might trigger in backwards order, honestly. I'm not 100% sure about any of this. Not even like a small percentage sure about any of it. Okay, there's 1. Oh, we just got 2 6 drops. Okay, well that was different than I expected, no doubt. Oh wow, we're gonna lose this fight by 1 HP. Huh. Okay, well things are a little bit tough. I mean, they're not as tough as they should be, given how terrible our entire build is. Am I supposed to take a Hercules, or is that just never going to trigger? No, we'll take it. We have pretty terrible board at this point. We're not going to, Am I supposed to buff this dragon? I feel like I am. And we can put this in back and this in front. And, you know, mostly hope. We do want to... So, yeah, it looked like it triggered in the reverse order, right? Because we got 2 6s instead of 2 triggers. I don't know that 2 6s is worse. It just wasn't, you know, it's sort of a weird setup, right? You sort of expect the triggers, and I guess this means that they both replace themselves, though, so it might be better to have it here. Obviously, in an ideal world, we'd have another last breath here that isn't a pig, because a pig is a sort of net negative last breath. You know, we get kind of low. We already start with Loki, yeah. And, you know, we're sort of in a little bit of trouble, but Maybe the dragon takes out 3 things. I think it only hit 2 things. Both times last time I think it hit 2 things. Okay, so now we get some triggers, but oh, that was nice though, because we get 2 hits on this. Oh, and they don't even take out a okay, that was a good fight for us. They're hitting 6 now though. Okay, this is our dragon. Sorry, this is our dragon isn't a monster, is what I was trying to get at. I think it's worth buffing this. We just want to make sure it keeps slaying. And we do want to put another, we either want to triple the copycat, or do we put a book back here? The thing about book is I don't even know if it's like good enough. I think it's worth putting another one of these here. With the idea being that at least we can move towards a triple. Okay, well, we would have liked to buff this with the Queen's Grace. We really need another treasure. This Shepherd Sling is doing 0 for us here. And I guess now, since they replace themselves either way, we'll put the Mummy in the middle to try to get at least a proc off that. It can be really good sometimes, although it's not as good after the Doom Breath. Yeah, that could be a mistake. Everything I do could be a mistake. Oh wow, unfortunately we killed them in the wrong order. So yeah, double triggers the Mummy, it looked like. Which is such weird... I don't know why everything happens backwards. Okay, so that's almost triggering. And that's going to kill off one of their things? I mean, we have a shot here. No, yeah, we got this, right? Because Mummy's going to... Oh no, okay, well. We still win this, but yeah, not because of any reason that I could understand. Hmm. So if we're going to be triggering Mummy, I think Poison Apple's pretty good. We'd love for this just to trigger now. We do need to survive a turn. I mean, obviously you don't want to board with 2 copycats that are, copycats are kind of weak. So worth grabbing another Mummy. Unfortunately, we're 1 gold short of really being able to grab it. We could obviously wait a turn. I don't know where we'd put it exactly. We will get a 6-drop treasure soon, so it's not a bigger priority. But if we're going to eventually, we don't have anything good on a bench. Yeah, I think we'll grab it. We could buy this. I guess it makes sense to sell this and buy this, just so we see an extra card here. And I don't know, we could be in trouble. I think we are in trouble. Okay, well they took out 1 thing. Oh, and they targeted the thing we needed. Yeah, they have so many. Does that trigger twice? Okay, and that's good that that triggers twice. But it looks like we are dead here, right? Yeah, wow. Oh, we're taking a ton of damage. Okay, well, we'll go to 4th, it looks like. A little bit on the downside near the end, but sort of a weird build that we just couldn't quite get there on. I mean, switching the copycat to get the XP was a little strange. We just hit the Hercules right at the end, but we kept running into people. I've seen a lot of people go Royals, and the thing about Royals is their frontline and backline are both pretty strong, so you don't actually get I mean, you get some value. You obviously get value out of doing damage with the dragon, but you don't get as much damage or value out of just taking out some weak backliners and just making them beat you with their frontline bodies.